Welcome back to day two of the Syndicate Competitive League 5. I think the important thing to take from that round is when you have two exceptionally experienced CCP developers, a podcast host and supreme PvPer, and the host of the best podcast in all of EVE Online history. When they get together and tell you that one team's going to win the fight, you make sure and you listen to those guys. As we predicted from the start, Footwork take that one 2-1. What happened there, Alexiev?
I'm surprised you didn't include yourself in that list, Sander.
Wow.
This was a
way.
very shocking match. Very shocking match. Footwork brought out one of their really unconventional setups. I was calling the match where they brought the vultures before, and they also did very well. I'm not sure how these vultures are fit. I would love to go and reverse engineer them because they are doing some amazing stuff with them. Admittedly, Tri paid a rather heavy price trading their logistics for basically nothing on the enemy team in terms of damage, just a bunch of support. And it seems to me that the Vulture Golem combination does not really need those support frigates for much of anything. It certainly doesn't need them to apply damage, as those ships were able to kill the Tri-Verge frigates, even while their own frigates were dead. So I'm not sure how people are going to be stopping this team. It's going to require some outside-of-the-box thinking to overcome that setup.
The support frigates on the Footwork side really did feel like fluff. So just confirmation that Footwork progressed to the final from the winners bracket. Try the Verge dropped down into the losers bracket, and they will be played in the final of the losers bracket. So we could potentially have just watched the first round of what effectively could be the final. We could see these two teams come together again in the final. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Paradox, what went so wrong there for the Try the Verge team?
I'm not sure. Maybe it was their choice of band. Maybe they weren't expecting a golem to come out, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't. They seem to keep it together for most of the part, but it was a bit sloppy. I thought it looked like they were a bit all over the place.
I don't think any of us predicted this one, Nullarbor. When we watched the second round, obviously we know what happened in the first round with Try the Verge. He's a pilot just jumping out and making a colossal mistake and basically throwing that round. And I'm sure he hugely regrets that now. But Try the Verge in the second round, it wasn't close. They really did absolutely dominate the battlefield. And I don't think any of us expected such a colossal switch round for round 3, did we?
No, I mean, they looked really strong in that last match. And what's weird is that it looks like at no point did they have the damage to be able to break through those vultures. I mean, they looked at the defense bar, the purple section of that. They had an enormous tank, and even if they were priming them early, I don't know if they ever would have broken them. So I don't know whether it was their choice of drones or target calling or whatnot, but it didn't look like they had any chance in that fight.
Okay, so in this next round, we are dropping down to the semi-final of the losers bracket. We're going to have No Boundaries versus Dunktown Abbey. No Boundaries have banned the Domi and the Ishtar, where Dunktown Abbey have banned the Golem and the Paladin. The winner of this fight will go on to fight and Try a Verge in a best of 3 and to see who progresses from the loser bracket to the final. What are our thoughts for this semi-final match, Alexiev?
I think it's going to be an extremely close match, probably closer than the last one was. And I think it's going to be hard for me to make a call between these two teams, but I got to go with my heart and give it to Dunktown Abbey.
Just for the name alone, surely. I mean, it's just such an awesome name.
Oh, yeah.
Nullarbor, who have you got down for this one?
I have no idea. I'm going to go with Dunktown as well because it's a pretty sweet name, and they banned a golem, so good for them.
Banning the golem's always a good shout, and the paladin, so that stops anybody else MGDing out of the field if nothing else. Who have you got for this one, Paradox?
The same Dunktown. I thought they were really impressive last round, and that in the name. As a Brit, I have to go for Dunktown Abbey.
Yeah, I mean, just purely on the name, Dunktown Abbey is going to take it for me. So we're going to break here. We're going to cut over to our commentators, Ellender and we'll join them right now for the next round.